Hey people, it's Jeff D. Thomas from Eat, Live, Primal, and as promised, I'm putting up this video feed where I will be answering questions concerning exercise and nutrition. So without any further ado, I got some great questions over the last couple days, and I'm going to address a couple of them right now. The first one I want to talk about, it's kind of ironic because I was just talking about this with a friend of mine on Thursday, and it's on the subject of probiotics. And the person wanted to know if I thought they were beneficial to take on a daily basis. The quick answer, in my personal opinion, I would say generally no. I'm not in favor of taking probiotics. I think that if you have a situation where you have some digestive issues, I would want to first always look at the diet. What does your diet look like? And I think there you will probably be able to find what is causing those digestive issues. It's like if you have a headache, aspirin is not the solution. You want, you're not getting the headache because you're aspirin deficient. You want to find out the source of the headache and address that. Well, this is the same with the probiotics. I think that before you take a probiotic, I would rather look to find what the cause is of your inability to either digest properly or inflammation, so on and so forth. So I would definitely look to the diet, and that can be any number of things, and that would depend on the individual. First thing I'd want to know is if you're eating a lot of wheats and grains. You could be having leaky gut syndrome. It causes a lot of inflammation. Could be a whole host of things. Are you eating good Monday through Friday, then going out and drinking beer and eating pizza on the weekends? And so I guess I would refrain from the probiotics until you absolutely addressed everything in your diet first. Another question I got was about the pancreas and the effects of a low-carb diet and the effects of a high-carb diet and the effects of a high-fat diet on the pancreas. So, generally the pancreas is basically going to be responsible for the release of several hormones, the major player being insulin, which is used to get the sugar out of your bloodstream. So the cause of sugar in your bloodstream would be carbohydrates. So I am of the opinion that if you eat a high carbohydrate diet, it is going to be much more taxing on the pancreas than if you were eating a high fat diet. So if you are eating a lot of carbohydrates that are constantly being converted into blood sugar, your pancreas is always going to be called on to release insulin to get it out of your bloodstream. That's what your pancreas does. And if you are doing this, traditional, diet where you want to eat every 3 hours, so you're eating 5 times a day, and in the morning you're eating either cereal or oatmeal, which is all carbohydrates, and then you're eating a snack bar in the middle of the day, and then you're having a sandwich, even if it's whole wheat, with some vegetables, and then for dinner you're having a sweet potato or brown rice, which is all carbohydrates, and then you might have some plain popcorn at night or rice cakes. You're spacing all these carbohydrates throughout the day, and you're constantly giving yourself these insulin spikes throughout the day, and you're constantly calling upon your pancreas to do the job that it was never meant to do, not in the volume that you're asking it to. So my take on that would be that a high carbohydrate diet is no good in general if you're looking for weight loss, and if you have pancreatic issues, you want to give that pancreas a break. So I would lower your carbohydrate intake. And frankly, I just don't see how having more fat in your diet would have any negative effect on your pancreas. When you eat fat, you get no blood sugar level raised. Fat doesn't convert to sugar. Therefore, your pancreas is not called upon to release insulin. Gluten-free. Does gluten-free and primal go hand in hand? Yes. because on a primal diet, such as the one that I advocate, we don't eat wheat or grains. So the gluten, where you're going to find the gluten, is going to be in all your wheats, barley, rye. Some people say, depending, in oats you could find gluten. So if you eliminate those foods, you are automatically eliminating the gluten. So yes, a primal diet is essentially a gluten-free diet. Keep the questions coming, and I will keep the videos posted. Thanks.